All right, in this lesson, we're going to talk about another way of representing data through frequency tables, line plots, and histograms. Basically, the frequency of a data value is just simply the number of times that it occurs. A frequency table tells the number of times an event, category, or group occurs, and it, as the name implies it's represented in a table. A line plot does the same thing, except it uses a number line, and you put X's on that number line in a vertical column to show the frequency of the values. And then a histogram is a bar graph that shows the number of data items that occur within an interval, which is sort of related to a frequency table. Okay, so let's do several examples. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is it says the students in Mr. Gray's class recorded their fingerprint patterns. Which type of pattern do more students in Mr. Ray's class have? Well, so in the table here, in the frequency table, the first thing we have to do is write down the different types of patterns. So we have a whirl, okay, a whirl. We have a loop, and we have an arch. All right. Now, all we have to do is go through. So the first one is a whirl. So we just put a tally mark down for whirl, cross it out. Second one is a loop. Put a tally mark in loop. Third one is a whirl. Put another one beside it under whirl. Fourth one is another loop. Okay. Then we have an arch. Then we have another arch. Then we have a loop. And we have a whirl. And we have a loop. We have an arch. A whirl. Another arch. Then we have another arch. Now, the thing to notice here is that we have 4 tally marks. So for the fifth one, we draw a diagonal across that, okay? We draw a diagonal, that's 5. A whirl, same thing goes here. We got 4, so we draw a diagonal, that's 5. Another arch, so we draw there. And the last one is a loop, and we draw the diagonal. So if we look at it, it's really, really easy to see there were 5 whirls, 5 loops, and 6 arches. So most of the pattern, so there are more arches than there are of any other type. So that's a frequency table. Okay. Next one says that students collect tennis balls for a project. The number of balls collected by the students is recorded in the table, and make a line plot of the data. So I've already got the little X's up here. So we're going to say we're going to put an X above the 10. Then I'm going to say 14. Okay, that's I did the 10 and the 14. Okay, then we're going to go back to 14 again, and we're going to put it right up on top there. Okay, we'll do the best we can here. Okay, and another 10. All right. And we want to keep them spaced about the same. All right. That is not one to get in place. There we go. All right. So let me cross those out. Then we have an 11 and a 15. So we have 11 down here and a 15 over here. All right. 16 and 15. 16, 15. All right, then we have an 11 and a 10. All right. And then another 10 and an 11. So 10 and another 11. Okay, so it's easy to see here that once we've done this, it's easy to see that there were the most 10s And then we had next most frequent was the 11s. And then we had several that did 14 and 15, and only one person collected 16. Okay? All right. Sometimes when we're collecting data, it covers a large range, and you need to use a range of numbers to create the frequency table. One example that we had here is the number of miles that you drive on a Saturday. Some people drive a lot of miles on Saturday, and some people don't. Okay, so we just go through here. 17. So that 17 goes between 11 and 20. Okay, 5 goes between 1 and 10. 29 goes between 21 and 30. 27 goes between 21 and 30. 9 goes between 1 and 10. 34 goes between 31 and 40. 19, 11 and 20. 21 goes between 21 and 30. 7 goes between 1 and 10. And 38 goes between 31 and 40. You notice on the frequency tables I did 1 to 10, and then I didn't go 10 to 20. I went 11 to 20. That way, that's important, because if you would have something that would be exactly 10, then if you said 1 to 10 and 10 to 20, you wouldn't know which box to put it in. So it's important that you go 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, and so that you can know which box to put it in. Okay, so if we look at that, there are 3 down here, 2 on 11 to 20, 3 people went 21 to 30, and 2 people drove over 31 miles. Okay, now we're going to take that data and we're going to draw a histogram with that. Okay, so 1 to 10 went 3 miles. So we're going to basically draw a histogram, which is a bar graph. So we're going to grab this and we're going to make this one a blue one. And 1 to 10, there were 3 people. So I'm going to draw a bar graph up to 3. Okay, the 11 to 20 was 2. Now whoops, didn't switch colors. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so 11 to 20 was red, and that only goes up to 2. Now, important here, it's important that they touch but don't overlap. That's actually a little bit high, but anyway, you get the idea. Okay, the next one I'm going to say, I'm going to make it black. Okay, is 21 to 30. Okay, and that's 3. Whoop, that didn't go. Oh, okay, let's see here. Go back here, there, black. All right, go 21 to 30 was 3. Okay, and I'm going to adjust these a little bit. Okay. All right, just to make them look nice. And then the last one, 31 to 40, was 2 of them. And we're going to make that orange. Okay. All right. And there's only 2 of those. So I went up too high. So that goes there. Let me make this one a little bit wider. There we go. Okay. So that is a histogram. Let me get rid of that. Okay, all right, so that's what we call a histogram, and that the title of this histogram would be the number of miles driven on a Saturday. Okay, and that's how you would draw a histogram. All right, so that's good. And make sure you've got the notes copied down from the first page, and we will talk to y'all later on.